All right, we are back for another Wednesday of Last Take. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start, but I want to start with some, I don't think you could say positivity, but let's just start off positive first, and we'll touch on the bullshit that's going on. Yes, we can curse people. I have a lot of people that are listening that are new, so,
Yes, we can curse. Don't be shocked. You're going to hear a lot of cussing.
You're going to hear nigger, hunky. Can't say the S word.
I don't know about all that.
Nah, shout out my German people, Australian, England people, tuned in, Americans all over the place. But first, Jimmy, let's talk about this trade that, let's just call it what it is. The Dream Knick fan, the Dreamer Knick fans who, the ones that say, oh, this is our year, we're going to beat Cleveland. And that was the same year we had Sasha Vujacic starting at the 2 guard.
Okay, I've been telling Knicks fans that, even when they were going to the playoffs, they didn't have enough to,
I feel like this. The trade wasn't horrible, but the trade wasn't a good trade. We could have got more. Matter of fact, we had the Bucks on call for Jabari Parker. So we could have figured out a way, okay.
But you have to get over the hurdle of Melo's no trade clause. Every trade would be up to him.
True, but no, I'm saying we could have still sent him to the Thunder. But we could have figured out a third team like the Suns. We could have packaged somebody in there. We could have got an Eric Bledsoe or somebody.
All right, yeah.
We could have got a draft pick from... See, this is why I want to try to seriously be a GM and get into that, because we could have easily sent a first pick to the Suns, our first pick, got a first pick from the Thunder, and maybe just send that first pick to the Suns and still got Melo to the Thunder. Sent something in a package to
first round picks
to the Suns.
But why would you? But then again,
Eric Bledsoe's a damn good player.
Yes, but you're trading 2 first round picks for him. I don't think he's worth 2 first round picks.
But
you understand?
But we already have young players.
Yeah,
the draft
true.
is not that
no. You don't know that yet.
It's
all
not
right. And also, how much better would you be with just Eric Bledsoe?
But
you're still gonna end up having a lottery pick. So why trade that lottery pick?
No, we're not gonna have a lottery pick if we have Bledsoe. But also, what you can also do, we could move one of the veterans would expire. Well, not expiring, but somebody like a Courtney Lee, get a mid first rounder from a team like the maybe like the Wizards, maybe. Or
Courtney Lee, you probably get a second rounder for him.
No, if you're trading with a team like the Bucks who need maybe a defending 2 guard, and they're not going to really lose not much on the late first round pick.
Yeah,
because after the draft, there's 10 players that are good, and that's it.
But you know what I think happened with the Melo trade? I think the Knicks just
panicked.
Not even panicked. I just think they didn't have a lot of options. Because I feel like Melo, he's been getting shitted on for so many years. Even I call him overrated. He's become underrated now. He's been getting shitted on so many years, with the ESPN ranking and all this. So I feel like teams don't view him as the same player as he was, which diminishes trade value. So the Knicks probably just ran out of options, and that was the best they could do.
Like I said, I honestly feel we could have pulled off a 3-team trade, got another draft pick, and we could have did something more than just Cantor and McDermott. Now, to be honest, McDermott, he's a shooter. He can shoot the lights out of the arena. He hasn't shown that he could be healthy in the NBA. So I'm a little worried about that.
What are you talking about?
Doug McDermott, I'm sorry.
Oh, but all he is a spot-up shooter. He's not a defender.
He can score.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a spot-up shooter.
There's not many defenders left really in the league. So I'm not. You can't complain. They was just trying to get rid of him. I knew they was gonna get rid of him, but to get back just Cantor, I think, and McDermott is ridiculous. And Cantor, you figure, okay, we got him to match the contracts close as possible.
But like I said, at this point, the Knicks would have lost any kind of trade. They wouldn't get much back.
We wouldn't get a Melo back, and that's not what I would expect. I would expect at least give me a first round pick, so we could use that first round pick to maybe get a disgruntled young player, or maybe get so a package deal at the end of the season.
How good does that make the Thunder?
No, I'm saying that. I mean, yeah, that's the next question. I honestly think they're still a second round knockout. I don't think they're better than the Warriors.
No, they're not. They're not.
You know what's funny? I think they could beat the Warriors though in the playoff series.
Listen, this is what I was gonna say, right? I don't think they're better than the Warriors, but it just made the Warriors. It just made the Warriors like road to the finals even harder because now either Durant or Klay Thompson now they've got to basically spend their energy guarding Melo, which will take away on offense for those guys. Because
Draymond Green is going to guard him because
guarding who? Melo?
He's starting at the 4. It's official.
Yeah,
Who are you going to put at the 4?
I don't think Draymond can guard. Well, nobody can guard Melo.
No, he can guard Melo
In the post, but I don't think he can guard him in the perimeter. Yeah. He can guard him in the post, but not on the perimeter. Yeah, but not on the perimeter. It would have to be KD or Klay guarding him on the perimeter.
So who's guarding? Well, yeah, I guess you could put Green on Robinson.
Yeah.
He's a scrub. I'm sorry. He can play defense, Alvin Robinson.
Dude, I seen this dude. He was shooting guard. Yeah. He was a shooting guard. And he airballed a free throw too.
Oh, I never seen that.
Dude airballed a free throw. I'm like, come on, man. You a 2 guard. Like, I can understand for a center, but you a 2 guard. You airballing a free throw. Like, come on. But
ridiculous.
Yeah, but now the Warriors have 2 players. 3 players to worry about with Paul George. Because I forgot for a moment he was on there. But like for them to be,
it's all about whose benches are better too.
Yeah, but no. It's more than that with the Thunder. For them to be like really like as good as they supposed to be, like to meet their potential, Westbrook. It would be up to Westbrook because he's the point guard. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have the ball in his hands. Now, you have better players around you. There's no need to play hero ball. Now you can drive and dish. And another thing, I think Paul George will be easier to adjust. But like Melo,
I think Paul George might lead the league in assists.
I think Melo is gonna have a hard time adjusting. Because he's not used to ball movement.
In his life now where
you're right, but he's not more used to ball movement. He used to having the ball in his hands, playing ISO ball, which I think is a dying thing now. Playing ISO ball, I think like the ball movement game is what's taking over the NBA, and that's what works. So
it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, but I think a player like Melo will have a hard time adjusting to that. Like certain players, they just have a hard time adjusting to those type of to that type of game. Like a Kobe, he wouldn't be able to play this type of game nowadays.
He could.
No. Kobe's not a ball move. Even Jordan,
first of all, you wouldn't need all these superstars.
They're ISO ball guys.
Kobe didn't need a bunch of superstars.
Because he never passed the ball. And I'm a Lakers fan. Come on, man.
But anyway, he don't need people.
We're gonna pass it. Catch my rebound.
Come on. Just hit the boards, man.
He needs shooters. That's it. So you double Kobe, hit the Derek Fisher.
That's what I'm saying. This hero ball era is over now. Like you don't need to have just one player. No, man, like you don't need that anymore.
Jordan and
good ball
Kobe
movement. That's what I'm saying. They would have a hard time adjusting playing nowadays.
But see,
because they not those type of players. They don't like ball movement.
But I'm looking at the Thunder roster. Their bench is one thing I like about their bench. They have hard workers. That's gonna beat. They got a bunch of defenders. Jeremy Grant off the bench. He's a defender. Nick Collison, he's gonna bang and get boards and he defends. Patrick Peterson. He tries to be a 3-point shooter. But
well, what happens when you rest your star players? So you just gonna have a bunch of defenders,
it depends on
a bunch of motherfuckers that can't score.
But see, that's what I was about to say. Like, I just feel like their bench, they need 1 6-man. Alex Abrams, no, that's not happening. The best scorer they have off the bench, it looks like, sadly, is Patrick Patterson.
Wow, that's what I'm saying.
If you want to talk about, Kyle Singler is definitely a spot shooter.
I think it's just like that with all the super teams because
when
Miami, when it started with Miami at first, it was the same way. They had a nice starting lineup, but they didn't really have a bench. And then later on they picked up Ray Allen.
But see, the thing about benches now, and with what I noticed with a lot of teams that play with a lot of superstars, somebody's going to sub out early. which will probably be Melo, and you'll have pretty much the bench on with one of the starters.
Yeah.
So it can work because it makes sense because you do this. Melo's the oldest person in the starting lineup. He'll be the first to sub out possibly. Then once everybody's out, Westbrook, George, Robinson, Adams, like the Knicks did it all the time with Starks and Ewing. Soon as Ewing be the first out, the starters were left in.
So you would just have to have at least like at least one starter.
Yeah,
with the
at least
bench.
one scorer.
All right,
you know?
that makes sense.
You're not gonna leave Alvin Robinson in with the second unit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why I felt like the Knicks lost a lot of games last year. Because as soon as our bench came in, why did we lose so many 15-point deficits? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
no offense.
on to the Cavs. D Wade on Cleveland. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that makes them better, but it's not D Wade of like 2010. But
Of course,
still,
but
he's
either
an
way.
18 point per game scorer, good defender, not a very good shooter. So I don't know how it would help beating the Warriors.
Let's
And he's
let's
6'4",
stop jumping
so-
the gun.
Yeah.
They're not. We don't know if they even get into the Warriors. That's first of all.
I think
Stop
they are.
sleeping on the Celtics. Just because the Queens are reunited.
I understand, but Kyrie has to prove it. He has to
he's
prove
gonna
he
prove
could
it.
win because
He has plenty of help.
he's never won when he's like when he was the man. So
If he can't
He
win
has to
Gordon
prove.
Hayward and
He has to show and
Al
prove.
Horford, even though Horford's soft.
bro, listen, he never won without LeBron on Cleveland, right? All the games LeBron
That's
missed.
Cleveland. This is the Celtics.
But
It's a totally
still,
different
they
team.
still had a good team. He still was on the floor with Kevin Love, and they were still losing games. Come on.
Kevin Love is another softie.
Anyway.
He's a guy that used to dominate the paint, and all of a sudden fell in love with the jump shot.
No. That was the Cavs scheme. That's how the Cavs schemed.
No, Kevin Love before he was on Cleveland was
put
always
him-
in the paint.
That's what I'm saying. And then he moved to Cleveland, and guess what? You have to space the floor for LeBron for him to drive and
Exactly.
dish. So Kevin Love had to change his game. It was no fault of his own, so you can't blame him.
But he still could get in the paint, man.
How? That's gonna clog the paint. And if LeBron and Kyrie are both drive and dish players, like.
AD and DeMarcus Cousins could do it.
But who the hell is a drive and dish player on the Pelicans?
Drew
That's
Holiday.
what. Come on.
Holiday, that
But
point
he's not
guard.
their. But he's not their main offensive threat.
He was second.
Exactly until DeMarcus came. So now they had to change it and make it more into a post.
I want to see
post
what that
offense.
team's gonna do though. Like, because if it doesn't work, then DeMarcus Cousins is a problem. Like, and I'm not talking about the good problem.
No, I just think it's just style of play, man. Styles.
DeMarcus
styles big
Cousins is a
fights,
headache.
styles big game. He is, but I
he
think
really he messes up chemistry in the locker room.
yes, he does. But then again, right? I feel like he was never in a stable situation. How many coaches did he go through?
I get it, but how much talent did he have around him in Sacramento? He had a rookie of the year around him.
Who?
Tyreek Evans.
Oh, and what happened to him after that?
He got hurt. Oh, he had a lot of players. Jimmy Fredette.
And
Whoa.
marginal NBA player.
And I can
Spot
remember
up shooter.
at one point in time they had Tyreek Evans, I think, Cousins. Was Rudy Gay on the team?
Yeah, Rudy.
No. Yeah, he was because Tyreek Evans didn't get moved. Wait, was he moved in that trade?
But then again, you're in an unstable franchise.
And they had Isaiah Thomas.
Listen, right? No, yeah,
Come on.
that was the worst to move.
Come on.
This is what I'm saying, right? You should know because you're a Knicks fan. When you have a dysfunctional franchise, it's hard to win no matter what players you have. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
But see, it's difference between when your organization up top is dysfunctional than when your players are bickering with each other. That's different. The Knicks' problem was Phil Jackson thought this is still the early 1990s.
Even before Phil
it
Jackson,
wasn't
the Knicks
dysfunctional at all.
been dysfunctional. Man, come on.
When I say dysfunctional, I mean like there's issues within the organization. We had no issues.
And then
I just feel the Kings had a team where there was one year they was picked to be 7th or 8th seed. And then his attitude
I feel
sucks.
like it does, but I feel like he's never been in a stable enough situation. Like, all right, let me give you an example. I'm gonna switch sports real quick, right? Give you a good example. Alex Smith, right?
Okay.
His first 7 years in the NFL, listen, I used to always make fun of the Niners for choosing him over Aaron Rodgers, right? I used to always make fun of him. But his first 7 years, right, in the league, he went through 7 offensive coordinators and a couple of coaches.
Yeah.
And yeah, look what he turned out to be when he's in a stable situation. First with Jim Harbaugh, now with Andy Reid. Stability plays a part as well. Like the organization gotta have their shit together as well. You feel me?
But I also feel like Alex Smith is a quarterback, like Sam Bradford, plays within the system. If you got a good running back, perfect example. You know who else was like that, and he didn't get like that till he had good running backs with him? He was on the bum ass Jets, Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
His best years.
No, I'm not saying Alex Smith is like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, but you know what I mean? You can win with him. But anyway, back to basketball. Right? Yeah, so I think with the Thunder and the Cavaliers, I feel like even before they got Dwayne Wade, they were going to the finals. But now the Thunder has made things interesting. I don't know if I could.
I still got one.
I don't know if I can say. Yeah, but I don't know if I can say they're the second best team because as long as Popovich is coach of the Spurs, I'm not gonna doubt them.
All right. So we're gonna get into something that Popovich said after we take this quick break.
Try to get into a lot of things.
Yeah. The track we're going to play right now is Jay Flea's featuring Shoguns. What you know about it? Queen, stand up. That quick break. That was Jay Flea's. Whoa, I never heard that part of the song. That was Jay Flea's featuring Shoguns. What you know about it? WBMR last take. We are back. We're going to touch on these horrible NFL picks. We had it mainstream threaten to fire us because he lost a lot of money over these picks. Yeah, let's get into. Well, let's just get straight to the bullshit. The Giants game. Now, there's 2 things I need to understand about the NFL rule book, right? I always heard and always read, if you catch a ball in bounds, established possession, 2 feet down, it's a catch, right?
No.
Yes.
No.
What's the rule now?
No, the rule's been like that for a couple years now. Like you have to have no. You have to have complete control through the whole possession, even going down. Remember a couple years ago, the Packers and Cowboys played a game, and they called that Des Bryant catch a no catch. Same thing that happened there. He didn't have full control through the whole possession. You understand? He did a tap dance with the ball, but the fell out of bounds and dropped the ball. Exactly. Yeah, you have to have possession through the whole way. That's the rule.
Later in the game, the player from the Eagles did the same thing, and it was a catch. He caught the ball inbounds, went out of bounds, then dropped the ball.
No, listen. They're inconsistent, but that's what the rule's supposed to be.
Regardless of the point of the matter, I don't understand how they lost that game. The offense showed up.
And
the receivers,
nine straight games scoring 21 points and under. I wouldn't say they showed up.
What are you talking about? They showed up. They scored.
They scored 21 points for the ninth straight game. They scored 21 points and under.
But
so how did they show up?
With a good defense, that's all you need.
Bruh,
at the end of the day.
But don't say they show up. Showing up. Showing up and scoring 21 points. That's where it's come to for the great Eli Manning.
We're talking about Jimmy now, a guy who wants to see 50
this
points.
This is what it comes to for the great Eli Manning, scoring 21 points and showing up.
They showed up, and they showed up when it was crunch time. The defense didn't hold their end of the bargain. They shut them down the whole first half. Then, when they got crunch time, the defense choked. And you know what I'm noticing about the Giants defense? He's the one weak link, and teams religiously go at him. It's Eli Apple. I don't know what the hell he be doing. If a receiver's about to jump for a ball, turn around.
He's a second-year corner, man. Come on.
That's not an excuse. I'm sorry.
Yes, that is.
That's a rule you're taught in Pee Wee League. Receiver goes up, you turn around, get your hands in the way. This dude grabs people and pulls them down, and then laughs about it. Why isn't he benched? That shit just irks my nerves. How do you do something bad?
Who's better than him on the bench?
We have, what's this kid? Crockwell. It's a funny name, but
yeah.
Crockwell, he's actually really good. He was in the game.
So
why is he in the game? You're laughing about getting beat.
He's better than Eli Apple.
At this point, yes, he is. Because Eli Apple, every time I turn around, he's getting the ball thrown at him. Nobody throws at Cromartie. Nobody throws at Jenkins. Where they go? Where was Eli Apple? Boom. Audible. And they audible every time. Man, McAdoo needs to get him out of the game. I can't respect the dude who gets burnt and then you laugh about it.
I'm sorry. You cannot blame the defense.
I have to. They lost the game.
They didn't lose any game.
They
if
really
the
did.
offense manages to score more than 21 points, they win.
Listen, this is not a video game. This is
like I said, this is what it's come to for Eli Manning, for the great Eli Manning, the one of 2 Super Bowls.
Let's talk about
21 points is.
Let's talk about
showing
greatness. How the hell do your Packers manage to get beat by the Chargers?
What are you talking about? We didn't play the Chargers. You bugging?
Oh, I'm bugging. Wrong game.
Yeah.
You lost. Wait, who did you lose to?
We didn't lose. We won.
Yeah, you did.
We beat the Bengals. 27-24. I was watching the game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You almost lost. But another game that I want to understand. How in the hell did Jacksonville do what they did? And don't even put this on Flacco, please.
No, I'm not even gonna put. Hell no, they scored 44 points. That has nothing to do with Flacco.
Because you have personal bias against certain
I don't. But no, I don't. But
40. And you know what's funny? And it's sad. That was your upset pick.
Yeah.
That was one of your 6 wins.
At least I got something.
Shit, I only got 7. And it's not that.
At least I got something, right?
Yeah. When it comes to the NFL, people do not put a lot of money when we make our picks.
I don't know.
Because the NFL it's weird and usually
that's why they say any given Sunday.
Usually about week 5, you know who's who. So
any given Sunday, man.
Yeah, and the Jets, my upset pick, won.
And what I tell you, I would not be surprised because the Dolphins have who?
But that's not why they lost.
Jake Cutler. Okay, listen,
You
right?
let McCown pick your offense, pick your secondary.
I understand
apart.
that, but then again, how much points did the Dolphins score? Please tell me.
They scored 6.
Oh.
But the Jets have a very strong defense, and it's crazy because they got rid of a lot of key players.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that strong. 6 points. Jay Cutler managed.
They gave the
6
Bills
damn
hell.
points. 6 damn points. Come on, man.
All right, and the team we picked by luck, Indiana.
Indianapolis. Yeah, that was just a throw.
That was
Brissett
is not a bad quarterback. The kid can move. He got the moves.
You know what I'm upset about? I'm upset about that Raiders game.
Oh yeah, I don't know how the hell we lost.
No, I'm not even upset that they lost or whatever. Like, alright, I play play daily fantasy, right?
Oh, you one of those?
So listen, right?
Man.
So I play DraftKings. Yo, all my players did well. Like I had the ill lineup, and then I had Amari Cooper and
For some of those, I don't know what
Terrell
that
Pryor.
means. That means good.
Yeah,
We got some listeners that might not.
Yeah, you're right. I should have said it, but it came down. I thought I was about to win thousands, man. Came down. Terrell Pryor, Amari Cooper. All they needed to do was have a good game. Man, both didn't really show up.
I'm telling you, I think some of this shit is set up, man, with these players. But the game that I think is maybe time you throw in the towel on this team.
Yes. I give up.
You know what I'm about to say.
Yes.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Watch I pick against them now, right? And watch they win.
I don't know about that.
That's just my luck.
That's my luck with the Giants. I was thinking about betting against the Giants this week, but we'll come back to NFL picks later. What's another game that was actually kind of shocking? Seattle. Explain that, because I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Seattle.
I think that team, their style it's exposed. People figured it out. I really think that is because sometimes the team does things, and you can't pinpoint how are they so good defensively. What does Russell do offensively?
I wouldn't say
you
that.
pick up on it sometimes. I really think that's what it is.
I wouldn't say that. Like I would say like the defense had a bad game.
That's another bad game. They never have that many bad games. I just think teams are figuring a way how to
pick
pick
up.
up
A bad game the week before. They only gave up 9 points.
I'm talking about week 1.
Week 1, who did they play?
They played you guys.
Exactly. They played a great quarterback.
Oh, this guy! Get the fuck out of here.
No,
they shut down great quarterbacks.
I'm not saying that to brag about Rodgers or something. Like even if it was like Brady or Breeze and they scored a ton of points on them, I wouldn't hold that against them. Those are great quarterbacks. Like how many defenses can really stop those guys? You know?
Yeah, I don't know, but the Seahawks, I think they're exposed.
I don't think
They need to make adjustments defensively, change their scheme.
I think they need to get a little better on offense too. They just had one bad game as a defense, but so far their offense has been a big problem.
Pete Carroll's college ball is getting picked apart.
No, I just think they need a running game.
My Falcons won by luck.
Who they play? The Bears, right?
No, the Lions, the other animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you picked the Lions too.
I did, right?
Yeah.
They almost had it.
You have a problem with my Falcons, I see that. You always pick against us. In Pittsburgh, they should have stayed in the fucking locker room.
Didn't I say something like a few weeks ago about Pittsburgh? How they always show up for the big time teams, and they don't for like the you know what I mean, the lower teams.
Well, last Sunday I think it was due to them not coming out for the national anthem. They forgot.
But that distracted a lot of teams.
They forgot their playbooks in there too.
But that distracted a lot of teams. If that's the case, because almost every team had a demonstration.
Like I said, Pittsburgh is a different animal. You know who their coach is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. They probably was getting high in the locker room and everything, saying fuck that.
That's more like Cincinnati.
Same thing.
That's it.
AFC Central, they're all the same, man. They bunch of hard-hitting thugs on all of those teams, man. Look at those teams. I don't know. It's weird how they have the most physical. They probably, I would say, have the most physical division. The Bengals, the Ravens, even the Browns are a physical team.
Yeah, but they've always been physical, man.
Who?
That division. No, I'm talking about that division. Period. What? You don't remember Ravens and Pittsburgh games?
Bengals
you don't
used
remember,
to be softies.
You remember Ravens and Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
games?
those two teams.
No. But before that, the Titans was in that division as well.
Titans were never in the Central.
Yes. With Steve McNair. Yes, Steve McNair, Eddie George. No, Titans.
No,
they had some pretty rough battles.
AFC South.
No. That was what? They just recently changed that, like early 2000s. Yes, it was.
The Colts getting changed.
No, the division used to be East, Central, West.
Yeah.
That was it. There was no South or North or anything like that. It was just East, Central, West. There was in the Titans were in the AFC. Yes, they were in the AFC Central.
It was.
They were?
Yeah, so they had some pretty physical. That's what I'm saying. Like that
I'm thinking
division.
of Houston Oilers, maybe.
Yeah.
Even though they are the same team.
Yeah, the Titans were in that division, but yeah, they had some pretty physical battles, man. I don't know. It's something about that division, man. That's why they don't call it the black and blue division for nothing. You know what I
There's
mean?
a lot of black people that are Crips in the division. Let me stop. Man, look, I should have got a deal on that one. Oh man, but we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play Jimmy's favorite hood song, 100K. Turn up, Funky Bricks.
Swish, I'm trying to ball out on them. And one, like I'm Carmelo, nigga. Trying to get to the racks, D-Rose, nigga. I muscle my opponent.